Greetings, my fellow Airsoft nerds. I am James. I am one of the owners of Combat Zone. So there's two Jameses. There's me, there's Bearded James, and then there's Skinny James or Asian James or Paintball James or the other James. I am the person you want to talk to for Vault Wars and Homefront because I'm writing them. So I'm the guy you want to talk to. If you've never been to the field before, or if you're not familiar to how we run bigger airsoft events, so everything, all the information you need is right here in the hop-up event. I'm also going to do this video where I'm going to break down the rules and sort of maybe explain some things in a way that like maybe you're not like a reading kind of guy. You need someone to explain things to you. In which case, I got you, homie. So the date for this is going to be the last Saturday in October. If you're familiar with how we run like our public play stuff, you already know that the last weekend of every month is our big airsoft only event. So we don't do any paintball stuff. It's just airsoft on the last weekend of the month. So this is what we are doing the last Saturday in October. This is also the big like Halloween themed game that we're doing as well. So the date I'm making this video is it's actually the 10th of July. It's almost 7 in the evening. Tickets will drop probably about September timeframe. The only reason they're not dropping now, one, there's just no point. Two, I want to make absolutely sure that for whatever reason, the 26th of October isn't going to get rained out. If you're kind of familiar with how we've done events, sometimes it can get a little drippy. So I'm trying to hold off till about a month to 2 months before I drop tickets so I can get a better picture of the weather and go, okay, this is the event I want to do it. If you are interested in being a commander, XO, or platoon leader, if you're interested in being some sort of leadership position for one of the three factions I'll talk about, DM me, Instagram, Facebook, email. If you're sort of local to the NorCal area, I'm generally in the Arms Room, which is my airsoft store in Roseville. I'm usually in there throughout the week, but there's a bunch of ways to get a hold of me. If we cannot get at least a commander for the factions, I will probably just put a ref out there to literally just yell the missions to sort of guide the teams through what they're supposed to do. That way it just doesn't turn into like a three-team deathmatch. If you would like to ref one half of the game and then play the other half for free, again, send me a message. That I do have kind of a strict code for what refs are supposed to do. It's not just you like on your phone farting around for the first half of the game. Each of the three factions is going to be limited to 40 teams. If we if one of those factions reaches their limit pretty quickly, once it hits 40, depending on the timeline, I will release at least 10 more tickets. I may or may not increase the price. The reason I say may or may not, because I'm really trying to incentivize buying your tickets as early as possible. That way I can forecast how many refs I'm going to need, like how many BBs I'm going to need. Like I can better forecast my logistical needs. But also at the same time, uh, if all factions sell, let's say we cap out at 150 players, that's it. We're not going to take walk-ons. We're not. Nope. So if all three factions sell out and you and your group of friends show up, and like, hey, we want to give you money to do this event, I'm not taking your money. Sorry, you missed out. I don't know what to tell you. For 35 bucks, probably like 38 and some change because Hop Up's going to throw a couple of dollars for like a service charge on there. For less than 40 bucks, you're going to get the Friday night game for free. Plus, you can camp out in the parking lot on Friday anyway. Look, even if you don't buy the full thing, if you want to play the event, you can park on Friday for free in the parking lot and camp out, which is what most players do for these bigger games. Obviously, you're going to get into the Vault Wars game on Saturday for free. You can always set up your swap meet. So when we break for lunch, we will have like sort of an airsoft swap meet. Saturday night, you can, if you buy the big ticket, you can camp out Saturday night. If you wanted to play Sunday, HBA fills for Friday and Saturday are free. You're going to get 3 raffle tickets, but this doesn't include rental equipment. So we do have some stuff on there if you want to do rental equipment on there, so you could prepay for that. Also, here's the other thing, because I know you kids love raffle tickets. Kids go crazy over raffle tickets. if you buy the big Friday Saturday ticket, which is again gonna be less than $40. Depending on what faction you are, if you come with like a cool little costume for the event that sort of is really within the spirit of the event of like a Fallout style thing, we'll give you two extra tickets. So like if you show up with like a blue jumpsuit, you know what I mean, for like a vault for the vault dwellers, you're gonna get two extra raffle tickets when you check in. If you're not into that, you hate fun, whatever, cool. I got you. You only want to do the Saturday thing. I get it. It's $30. It'll probably be like 33 with the service fee. You can camp Friday night for free no matter what. You're gonna get free air for your free HBA fills on Saturday for the event. Set up your own ticket, or I'm sorry, set up your own swap meet table. Gets two raffle tickets. Again, that doesn't come with rental equipment. Let's say you don't have Saturday or Sunday off, you only have Fridays off, or for whatever reason you only come to the Friday night game. Cool, you're gonna save $10 if you prepay online. Again, that just lets me know how many players to expect, so I know how many BBs and stuff I need to stock up on. For this event, if you want to play Sunday also, it's not included in the main ticket price. It's a separate thing. That way we have a better way to track how many players actually want to show up to Sunday. So for $50, if you buy the big weekend, the Friday Saturday package, and you also prepay for Sunday for $50, you're getting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday plus free HBA air for all three of those days. You can camp out on the parking lot, and you're going to get a buttload of raffle tickets for Saturday. So you're getting a lot. Because we're doing a big event on Saturday, we're gonna open Sunday up to regular public play, so paintballers will show up as well. Because what will usually happen is we'll have a bunch of players come Saturday, and then not that many players come Sunday, and that's sort of like lost revenue for us. So we're opening Sunday up to Airsoft and paintball, so we could keep paying our bills. That, and let's be honest, look, you go to the big event Saturday. Let's say you want to roll over and say you're a local, or you're coming from out of town, and you also want to play Sunday as well. It's freaking disheartening to see only like a handful of players there. So this is gonna let me know how many Sunday players are going to show up, so I can let everyone else know, like, hey, we've already got like 30 Sunday tickets sold, so more kids will go, oh, people are actually showing up for Sunday. Cool, okay, I'll buy my ticket then. We will be selling EG67s. ATF is cool with it. And I, sometime within the next couple weeks, should be getting an invoice for 350 EG67 pyro grenades, but you can only pre-order them through us. You can't go to any of the local stores, can't bring some from a past event. We also haven't had EG67s in a little over a year. So you're like, oh, I had these from the last event. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. We didn't have them. We haven't had, no one's had EG67s in goodness knows how long. You can also pre-order BBs through us, and it will be cheaper than if you buy them online or if you buy them in store, because we do knock a couple bucks off of BB pre-sales. Also, if you use something heavier than a .32, like if you're running a sniper with like a .4 or something like that, and you want BBs at the field, you need to pre-order them for us because we do not normally stock anything heavier than a .32 because they sell so darn slow. $15 a day if you want to pre-order a rental package. So like if you're bringing friends that don't have any gear, cool. Again, it is cheaper to pay online than to walk on. The walk-on prices are listed right here. It's basically $25 for everything. These are our normal prices for public play regardless. So I'm taking about $10 off for the convenience of me being able to plan ahead. Check it in format guide also has a lot more picture explanations. If you click here, it's going to give you some more detailed stuff. I'll go over that in a bit. It looks like it's just a Google slide with a bunch of explanations, some picture definitions, things like that. Again, because Hop Up isn't very engaging. It's pretty much just text, so I have a separate check it in format guide with like pictures. The event roster will be right here. I usually update it at least once a week, usually 2 or 3 times a week. It really just depends on how fast tickets are coming in. So like if we get 5 tickets sold in a day, I'm probably gonna update that roster like right there. You will have to fill out a waiver. That is right here. We're not going to let you check in until this is filled out. You can read all the backstory stuff if you want. Basic gameplay is it's still a 3 capture point system. We're calling them vaults. There's vault 31, 32, 33. You're welcome. Everything is basically focused around control of these vaults. The main way to earn bottle caps, which is basically what we're just going to call points, is to find vault tech items and other in-game items and take them to the vault you control for 30 minutes. So it's kind of like a scavenger hunt meets domination, sort of. When those 30 minutes are up, you get your points automatically awarded, and the game staff, admins, and refs and stuff will put those items back. The 30 minutes isn't going to be like our normal game setup where it's every half hour on the hour at like 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30. It's 30 minutes from when you get there. You cannot take game items into respawn. We will dock you for that. And if we think you're trying to be malicious and you're basically being a dick, we'll just kick you out. I don't care. I've kicked guys out for being a dick before. Don't care. I already got your money. Already says no refund policy. Cry about it online. Vault 31 is going to be normally what we call roads. That's at the top of the field. What I'm just going to say the top of the field. 32 is fort. That's the middle. And then 33 is hyperball, which is where the main netting is. Because I'll show you the map. Actually, I'll just show it right now. 31, 32, 33. These are the vaults or the capture points. And then the spawn points are going to be satellite, dollhouse, and pyramid. You can read through like all the different items and stuff. There's basically kind of like main quest items and then like side quest items. If you're like an RPG head, you kind of know what's up with that. So I'm trying to follow the show mixed in with the game lore. That's kind of how it's going to go along. So there's going to be obviously the head, if we remember the head from the show, the blue substance, a box, a fusion core, stuff like that. Once a story item, basically once a quest has been completed, that item is still in play, but it just becomes like a bonus item. So let's say you have a mission to find the head. In that mission, one of your guys or you or someone on your team finds a pit boy. Cool, you can bring that to your vault, get points for it, start your 30 minutes, bing, bang, boom. Let's say you successfully or someone successfully completes the head mission. So, and then you go on to someone has to find or do something with blue substance. In that blue substance mission, someone finds a water chip, and then they also find the head. Well, cool. The water chips are points, and the head is now a bonus item. So you can read the rules for what that means. Here's where I'm trying to make this kind of fun and kind of different from your normal Airsoft experience that you're going to have, especially from us. Factions can give other factions specific amounts of bottle caps by informing game admins who will take. So basically, you can try and use the other factions as mercenaries. Could you buy the allegiance of a faction for a mission? Maybe. Could you take their money and betray them for more money? Maybe. Do I expect a lot of people to start making like deals and plans online before this event even happens? Yeah. So I am trying to add just like a little sprinkling of what you would see at like an insurgency where there could be like some backstabbing, which would be kind of fun, like some super betrayal. First time we're having that game mechanic, so I'm really trying to work that. Especially this being the first time we're trying that game mechanic, I'm really trying to work that so that it's fun and engaging and different. Nuclear Armageddon. So the last mission we're gonna do, which will be about the last 30 or so minutes of the game, is gonna be a 3-faction TDM for the last 30 minutes. Because usually that's kind of like what everyone kind of wants to do towards the end of most events. They're like, yeah, the objectives were fun. We've been playing that all day. Let's just shoot each other. So it's going to be a 3-faction single life TDM. So for the last 30 minutes of the game, if you get shot, you walk off the field, and that's sort of it. Does that make sense? We're calling that Nuclear Armageddon. All right, here's what everyone always wants to know about the factions and the uniform rules. So, one of the factions is going to be the Vault Dwellers. They're going to wear anything that's primarily black or blue. I do have some examples here. It doesn't have to be a military loadout, it can literally be like a blue plaid shirt. That's fine. Next faction is going to be the New California Republic. That's going to be anything primarily green. Again, they don't have to be military tops. It can be just this bright red, or I'm sorry, this bright green sweater. That's fine. Or any of the primarily green camouflages, your M81s, your EMRs, so on and so forth. The Brotherhood is going to be primarily anything tan or brown. So that's pretty much anything that's desert camouflage or like your OCP Scorpion multicam type stuff. That's fine. Again, it doesn't have to be military style. It can literally just be like a tan sweater. That's fine. For all three factions, they do have to have long pants, long sleeves, and the pants have to be faction colored. So if you wanted to do like this green sweater with M81 woodland pants, that's totally fine. Remember, this isn't a milsim. This is just a big fun airsoft event. So I don't really care about like matching camouflage patterns and blah blah blah. Scrolling down a little bit more into the specific uniform regs, you can't wear joggers or sweatpants. That's for all my big events. They need to be some kind of tactical or a denim jean. This is actually for a couple reasons. One, obviously, it's kind of the spirit of the event. If you're paying a little bit more than like the general fee, you want something other than like a bunch of dudes running around in sweatpants. Like that kind of kills the vibe. The other important thing is there is nature and pointy things in that whole field. That field is the only kind of woods ball field in Northern California. So, if you're wearing sweatpants, they're going to get caught on something and or something's going to go through them like a thorn or something like that. So it is a bit of a protection thing. That's also why we mandate um, long sleeves because we usually try and get it early enough. There is the occasion to be like some poison oak or poison ivy stuff out there. We try and pull that up and burn it as soon as it pops up. But it's nature, bro. This isn't an indoor field. Extended triggers are fine. You don't need a trigger guard for this one. So if you've got like a monk style gun, that's fine. I don't care. No limit on how many magazines you can have on your person, but it's a mid cap only event. So no high caps, no winding magazines. LMGs are fine. I'll go into the specifics of that. It's in the FPS rules, and it should also be in the check-in and format guide. But basically, no mid cap. But basically, mid caps only. HPA mag adapters are fine. So if you've got like a high cap with like a primary M4 mag adapter, that's fine. Shields are okay for this one. It's one of the only events that I will host where shields are allowed, but it can only be used with melee weapons. You cannot use field items as mobile, so you can't pick up something on the field like those. Like you can't pick up like a barrel and use that as a shield and move it around. No, no, no. Stop. You can't do that. Stop that. These are all the pretty standard FPS limits for us. If you've been to like a Milsim West or a Line Claw style event, we pretty much mimic those same FPS and joules. We go by joules because physics, but I also explain things in FPS because not everyone understands the difference. For some of these guns, we do have limitations. So like a DMR, you can't just grab like a G&G Firehawk, increase the FPS and go, oh, this is a DMR. No, dummy, we're not going to do that. So there are like criterias we have, and we will measure your rifle. I have a 2x4 with like tape and markings on it. The medic rules are pretty easy. There are no medics. Everyone's a medic, depending on your definition. When you get shot anywhere on your person, excluding the gun, because gun hits don't count, you raise your hand, you announce hit, you place a red rag on your head if you have one, walk back to respawn, touch the tote, go back to playing. The end. Ta-da. We're not providing red rags for this event. If you have them, you can use them, but we're not providing them. Home front, we will. This one, we're not doing it. Real quick, I'll go over what is in the check-in and format guide right now. I might change some of this around just to make this look easier for some people. Table of contents. You see all this stuff going in here. Some early check-in stuff. So if you want to get like some tech work done on on your gear, you bring it in. We'll give you a discount, stuff like that. Information for the night game. We might have night vision rentals out there. If you DM Black Diamond Applications on Instagram, these are the same guys that do night vision rentals for All Patriot. They've also come out to the Airsoft Ministry. They're super nice guys, but you have to contact them. If I hit him up, like let's say 2 weeks before the event, I say, hey man, how many units you got right now? He says, dude, no one's even hit me up for this. I'm just going to tell him to stay home. He will rent them out on site, but if no one's given him an incentive to drive from Sacramento to Oroville, I'm just going to tell him to stay home. Here's all the check-in information for, Chow We Run check-in. It's pretty standard, blah, blah, blah. You can look through that if you want. Weapon classes, use pictures for the DMR rules, the LMG rules. We're doing the SMG class just like how we did with New Dawn. So it's basically any pistol caliber style AEG that if you're shooting a Joule or lower, you can use short bursts. If you have more questions, just read through this. If something doesn't make if I've failed to properly explain something, just hit me up, email me, DM me, so on and so forth. Pistol rule, you can use your HPA adapters, that's fine. GBBRs, and we're extending this to also like some of the pistol caliber stuff. So if you have like a Glock, like I have in here with a little rodent kit, or if you have the cool G&G pistol with a little SMG kit, that's fine. We will let you go up to 1.5 joules to use short burst, but you're limited at 80 rounds, and it can't be an HPA setup. It has to be a green gas setup. So shielded melee, I mean, should be pretty self-explanatory. For the shields, we are limiting the dimensions, so basically if it's the same size as those pre-mades you can get on Evike, that's fine. But if you bring some stupid 6 foot by 4 foot ridiculous, no, I'm not letting that happen. You will be subject to getting shot or you're not going to play God mode with a shield. That's usually one of the reasons why I'm sort of anti-shield, is players try to use it as like this weird God mode cheat. I'm like, nah, get that stuff out of here. I will address this because it's a Fallout themed game. Do not show up to this event with those stupid crummy gas masks with non-rated, non-airsoft lenses. If you can't prove to me those lenses are appropriately rated, you're not using it. If you want to bring some cosplay gas mask, whatever, and wear authorized eye protection underneath it, that's fine. But you'll have these kids that show up with these stupid gas masks and these little cosplay lenses like, oh, I got this off Evike, it should be fine. Nope, stop. You're going to lose an eyeball. You can read through everything else if you want and get like the event details and stuff like that. If I have failed to properly explain something to you, you have a question, please hit me up. The only thing that we haven't officially announced is the specific items for the raffle. We have a decent amount of sponsors on this one, so it's going to be a lot of stuff. But if you have any questions, if something doesn't make sense to you, Discord, Instagram, email, come into the store, so on and so forth. There's so many ways to get a hold of me, and I'll see you guys in October.